What's going on, everybody? I'm Clayton. Welcome back to Ages of Film, you freaks. All you movie lovers out there. You keep coming back, so I gotta keep dropping content. So, I blame you. As you can tell by the title, I'm gonna be reviewing the movie Deadpool. Now, obviously, we got a new Deadpool movie out, Deadpool and Wolverine. If you've seen it, cool. I have not seen it yet. I plan on seeing it this week. So I'm going to review the 3 Deadpool movies all this week. Starting with this first one. And then next episode, I will review Deadpool 2. And then I'll watch Deadpool and Wolverine. And then give my review on that movie. So, first Deadpool. Let's talk about it. Released in 2015, directed by Tim Miller, and starring the beautiful Ryan Reynolds. Breaking it down, give my thoughts, opinions, feelings, all that stuff. You know the deal. Just as a reminder, this is just my opinion on this movie, so don't get your panties in a wad if I say something that you disagree with or say something that, whatever. Let me know your comments, your thoughts in the comment section. All I ask that you be respectful. And with that being said, let's get into the review, man. Starting with the positives. This is going to be pretty much a positive review because I love this movie. It's a great film. I'm not a big Marvel guy. People that know me know DC is where my heart is. I'm a huge Batman fan. Everyone, again, who's been with my channel knows that. I'm just a Batman fanboy. If you want to call me that, whatever. DC that's my thing. I'm a DC guy. So I don't really kick it with Marvel. I don't kick it with Marvel characters that much. A lot of the Marvel movies I'm not really a fan of. So this is an exception. The Deadpool is a great film. Love this movie. I think it's such a true movie to Deadpool. Like this is a true Deadpool movie. Everything about this movie screams Deadpool. From the opening credits and how they're written and presented, to breaking the fourth wall, to the humor, to the writing, the directing, everything screams Deadpool. So this is really a love letter to the character of Deadpool. And you can tell that Tim Miller, who directed this directed this movie, is a big fan of the character. Ryan Reynolds is a big fan of the Deadpool character. That comes across in his performance. You can tell he's having a lot of fun. And you can tell just by the way he plays the character that he knows the character. He's done his homework. He's, read the comics. He's familiarized himself with that character, which is an important thing to do when you're portraying a comic book character. I'm looking at you, George Clooney. Continuing. I love this film. The directing here by Tim Miller is phenomenal. Everything he's doing with the camera, the cinematography looks amazing. Just all of the type of shots that he pulls off here. His utilization of slow motion, his utilization of the panning shots, the tracking shots, the over the shoulder stuff. Like everything he's doing here looks beautiful. It's a very well shot film. Doing a lot of cool things with the camera, a lot of cool editing in there as well. Very well edited. And I love the soundtrack, the score. Again, all of that is very well directed by Miller. You can tell again on his part that he knows the character because everything he's doing, his way of directing this movie fits this character. It fits the world of Deadpool. And everything he's doing is befitting to the Deadpool character. So it's a very well directed movie by Tim Miller, from the score to the soundtrack to the camera work to the editing. The costumes, the makeup looks good. All of it. It's a very well directed, competently made film. Moving into the acting and the performances, I think those are all really good here. I love Ryan Reynolds in this movie. I haven't seen him in just, a bunch of movies, but of the movies I have seen Ryan Reynolds in, this is, I think, his best performance. He turns in a really good performance here. And you can just see the passion that he has for the character, the love that he has for the character comes out on screen. He plays that character very accurately, like he is Deadpool, much of the way that Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man. Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool. Like if you familiarize yourself with the character of Deadpool from the comics, or from different iterations of the character, who he is at his core, Ryan Reynolds brings that to screen. So it's a very good performance, very accurate performance by Reynolds. You can also tell, like, there are subtle moments of emotion where he really kind of digs into his emotional side of his performance, of his range of the character, and brings that out in certain scenes as well. So it's a very good performance by Ryan Reynolds. Probably my favorite Ryan Reynolds performance of the movies that I have seen him in, which aren't a whole lot, but of the ones I have seen, this is, I would say, his best work. It also, the supporting cast, his girlfriend, I forget the actress's name, his love interest, she, I think, gives a very good, genuine performance as well. I think they have very good chemistry together. I believe in their relationship. I buy into their relationship. I believe that he cares about her. I believe that she cares about him. They have very good rapport and chemistry together on screen as well. That's a positive for me. The villain, Ajax, great character and a very good performance by, I forget the guy's name, but he also plays the villain in Rebel Moon, and I love him in Rebel Moon as well. And there's something about his face, his mannerisms, that just makes a really good villain, just makes a really good antagonist. I don't know if it's just the way that he plays villains and the way that he plays the antagonist, or if it's something within his facial feature and the way that he carries himself. You look at that guy and you're like, he would make a great villain. That's the guy I want to play a villain in the movie. And he really leans into it too. I mean, I think he gives a very genuine performance. Like, I totally believe that he is just this, evil guy that's just into all kinds of vice and evil, and it plays it very, very good. Very believable character and a very good villain, I think, for this movie, for Deadpool, and in the performance of the character. I think the actor does a really good job as Ajax. So really good performance by him and everyone else. I mean, Wade's friend, the bartender guy, I think he was entertaining. He brought some charm and charisma to his character. The two X-Men character, Colossus, and the other chick who I'm not really familiar with, they do a good job. The performances across the board all really kind of hit for me. I think they all are good performances by the actors. They all bring a certain charisma and energy to the screen and to their characters. The writing is also a positive for me. I love the character writing, specifically of Deadpool. I think he gets he's a well-written character for this movie. I love the dialogue. It's very befitting to Deadpool. The story structure here, I think, is also very well written. The way how it kind of plays with time, it kind of goes, you start in present and then you go to the past and then present, past, and then eventually into the future, which becomes the present. Just it's the structure here, I think, is very well written. It's creative. It's it's well thought out, and it's executed very well. On top of that, so yeah, I thought the dialogue writing, the character writing, the story structure is all really well written and well handled here. And again, I think it shows that the creators of this film were genuine fans of this character, and they took their time, flush out a good script, get a good story together, and then execute that on screen. So story structure it was very good. Dialogue, again, fits the characters. It's well written, and good, very solid, positive writing for Deadpool, which can be kind of a hard film to write, especially with the dialogue, because you've got to get the dialogue right when you're doing a Deadpool movie. If you have a 50s Rockwell, super religious type of person writing the dialogue for this film, I don't know that it's not gonna fit. It's not gonna be Deadpool. It's not gonna sound like Deadpool or the other characters. It's not gonna fit this film. So the dialogue here was well written by people that know this character and know how to have this character talk for this film. So kudos to the writers, man. They put together a very good script, a story, and dialogue that fits the characters and the film. So all those are positives for me. I love the action. The action is great. The fight scenes are great, shot well. I also thought the pacing is very good. It's a movie that really flies by, and it flies by because you're having fun. This is just a very, balls to the wall, fun movie that just, keeps you entertained the whole time. A lot of that comes down to Ryan Reynolds and his performance as Deadpool, but it's a fun movie. It's thoroughly entertaining, and it's pretty rewatchable as well, because you're gonna have a good time when you come to it. And it's, the humor lands, the humor works. There are some great humorous lines in this movie that when I watch it, I have to pause it so that I can just let my laughter out and then continue. So there are a couple scenes like that for me. Moving into the negatives, there's not a whole lot of negatives here for me. I think there are just a couple of things that I think bring the film down a little bit for me personally. One of those is that I also don't really have a deep emotional impact from this movie. It doesn't really do anything emotionally for me. It makes me laugh a few times, which is good. That's an emotion. Humor is an emotion, but there's nothing really profound here. There's a lot of movies that kind of make me laugh, but I wouldn't say that they have a deep emotional effect or impact on me. And I feel like that's kind of the way Deadpool is. It doesn't really have any emotional weight to it for me. And I would say it is rewatchable, but it's also not a movie that is going to have a super high rewatch value, and I think that's simply because some of it does get really crass at times for me personally, for my taste, but also I think I've never been a diehard Deadpool fan, so for me it's like when I think about the movie, I don't necessarily have an urge to rewatch it all the time. If someone wants to throw it on, I'm more than fine and content watching the movie again. I can certainly rewatch the movie and enjoy it, but having that urge or that desire to rewatch the movie is what's not fully there for me. And it's just, again, because I'm not a huge Marvel fan. I'm not like a diehard fan of the Deadpool character. It's a movie that I know I'm going to have a good time when I come to it, when I watch it. I know I'm going to enjoy it, but I don't have an urge or a desire to go back to it a whole lot. So that would be another thing that kind of brings it down a little bit, because anyone that's new to my channel, the 3 criteria I use when rating a film is the quality, the technical side of filmmaking, the emotional impact that it has on me, and the rewatch value. Those are kind of my 3 criteria. And it's a very well-made movie, but it doesn't have really a deep or profound emotional effect on me. And it doesn't have like a super high rewatch value for me either. So everything factored in, my overall rating here for Deadpool is 4 out of 5. Still a great film, still a movie that I would say I love and have a great time with. It is a great movie. It is one of my favorite Marvel movies, and I have a blast with it. 4 out of 5 stars. That's my opinion and my overall rating of Deadpool. I enjoyed it again coming back to it. I was excited to rewatch it for this review, and I'm excited to watch the second and the new one that's out now. So let me know your thoughts on Deadpool, the first Deadpool. What would you rate it? Do you agree with my assessment? Anything and everything you want to let me know in the comment section. Feel free to do so. Don't forget to smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, so you get notified every time I upload new content. And until next time, kick it and rock on.